Good morning, folks. Welcome to FYI. Happy to have all of you here with us this morning. Good to see you, Lorna and Mandy and Ingrid. Good to see you, Sean. Good to see you, Rena and Sion and beloved Jackson. Terrence, good to see you as well. Mandy and Stacy Ann. Good to see Sandra Hanover on the live this morning. Gloria Chester's here with us too as well. Good morning to all of you. Folks, what's in your utensil for drinking this morning? What have you got there for breakfast at your end? The oats, folks, the oats. How you all doing? Bernie, Tawana Green. Good to have you, Helen Collins here as well. And I see Moses Barlow and who me? Yes, you. Yes, you. Don Sullivan, Don, Dougie, Andrew, all the fellas. Good morning to you, folks. Lots happening in the political arena. Lots happening, and folks, welcome to the morning fix. You know, you can get a little politics in your system. The day can't run right. So good morning to all of you. Wherever you're joining us from, Dorrit David. Good to see you on the live, Dorrit from Bartica. Urban Don, Beatrice, Everett. I see Melissa and there, Sharon Eastman and Brenda. Good to have all of you on the live this morning. How are you folks doing? How are you folks doing? I was just looking at the date, the 3rd day of July, and I can't believe, folks, already it is July. Beatrice, Andre, already it is July the 3rd. The kids are going to be out of school in a little bit. You know? Yeah. Out of school a little bit. And I got a little black tea. I see Margaret asked me, what I got in my utensil for drinking. I got a little black tea here, I can tell you. Taryn Gomes is on the live this morning. Taryn. Look, Taryn is one of the hardest working people you got in this coalition, in this campaign. Taryn, all the way from the Essequibo Coast. Taryn, good to have you here. Taryn, you staying after school is closed or you gonna make a beeline? Good morning, Taryn Gomes from the Essequibo, the beautiful Jamestown County. Yeah, beautiful place, beautiful people. Right? Is where we going, Taryn? Is it Pomeroon? Is it Kanji? Is where we going? Yeah. Got a trip pending for the Pomeroon. I think it is. You know, going down the river. Or is up the river? In the river. Somewhere there, the beautiful Pomeroon River. Got a trip pending with Taryn and others. Campaign, folks, campaign. You're on the ground or you're in the air? We're in the air this morning. Chanel Bacchus, how are you doing? Good to have you there. Good to have you, Gloria and Carol and Akeem, Wendy. So many folks on the live this morning. Sabrina Jacobs, Sharon McPherson, Rohan Basantra. Good to have all of you. How you all doing, man? Talk to me, somebody. Good morning to each and every one of you. A number of things we're covering, folks. From the World Health Organization, stuff happening in Trinidad and Jamaica, and then we come locally. Good to see all of you on the live. You know one of the things I can't get out of my head? I see New Jersey's on the live. New Jersey says just had some coffee. Or when Don Cook says just had some coffee with tennis roll and cheese in New Jersey. Yeah. Isn't that what I tell her yesterday morning? You all go find but a tennis roll in you. The tennis roll in you, like, can't get it out. You telling New Jersey tennis roll. You try there, you have take one. When these take one, what's the other place? Dunkin' Donuts, Dunkin'. Check one. You got Dunkin', you said 2 cream, 3 caramel, something, something. And they whip the thing up, say, whap, whap, whap. Nice time. What else you did? Tennis roll? You stop it. Roti? What? You better give me easy time. You better bring some let's or something here. Carol Lewis, how you doing? I beat it. Tilt your roti down. Tilt your New Jersey down. We tennis roll. The stuff of champions. Sherman Curious, we see you here. Natasha, good to have you. Winston, good to see you. Beatrice, June, all the lovely folks. Folks, by now we've been up so long. Now we should be around lunch. Lynn Finance or something. Donna, we've been up so long. Ain't time now. Should be lunchtime. How are you folks doing? You're doing a little cleaning. You're heading to work, coming home in between. Good to have all of you in the light. Let's touch on a couple of things, folks. Them boys are a little worried this morning. I don't want to disappoint them in our show because we know they're listening from the Ethnic Relations Commission to the Broadcasting Board, whatever it is. A lot of people got to watch these shows now and take notes, right? And they're not taking notes for just the sake of taking notes. They're taking notes, for instance, hoping that you slip up. You see? So they can write you some letter, invite you to some meeting. Don't write me nothing. Shucks. Do not write me anything. I'm not attending any meetings. Until we were in office, September 2nd, God's Spirit could be the 1st. Let's see how efficient GCOM gets. Or it could be 2 weeks later, 3 weeks, 5 months, for all we know. Right? I want to tell you all something. Them boys and just conceding, Them boys and just conceding. You can see all kinds of machinations like you even see before, right? All kinds of machinations. Let's start with it. World Health Organization. Our health. They're making a call for producers to raise the price, listen to this, on sugary drinks, alcohol and tobacco by 50%. Of course, this is meant to dissuade people from using too much sugar. Too late for me. Dissuade people from tobacco. Too late for guilty share. She's what? She's in the twilight of her years. Respectfully, I say that. In the twilight. So you can imagine we producing sugar at $1.14. The world market buying it for 14 cents. And we can't even get we own sell. When the people raise the price for sugar on the world market, you think we can fare better? You think we can fare better? No, we are not. But healthy living is the way to go. Healthy living. After the show, I gotta get in some steps. They recommend 10,000 steps a day. Walk it or run it, or walk it. You gotta do it. So I gotta get in some steps. I got up feeling a little sluggish. Maybe I've been up too early. That's the other thing too. But gotta get in those steps. World Health Organization says, up the cost for these sugary drinks. Please and thank you. Trinidad and Tobago, interesting state of affairs. Interesting state of affairs. Kamla Prasad Bisesa. Kamla coming good. But you know what I've noticed? With Kamla's government, they got this triumphalist kind of thing. We beat you all. Don't let us become like that September 2nd when we go into office. Do not let us become like that. They're walking with the chest like some proud peacocks. I heard a fellow describe a political leader locally. Show pony. Right? That's how they did. Proud and boastful. We beat y'all. We win. Right? And what they've done, they pulled the security from Prime Minister Keith Rowley, pulled the security from Stuart Young. Well, they don't like Prime Minister Stuart Young because they say he was gifted the prime ministership. He had about a month or 2 months. I think he's the shortest serving Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister. And he went out with $1 million. $1 million as his pension. Now, if I remember correctly, I know some of you can do this faster than I can, Leon. Tell me, the last time I checked was a long time ago. TNT was changing at 30 to 1. Let's put it at 22 to 1. I don't think it's 22. Let's say it's $22 to 1. How much is that? Huh? A month. All right. You know the maths already. You ain't gonna take long. That's a lot of money a month. But they pull it. Right? Pull it. Naomi, good morning. I saw that too. I remember I was saying that I was so impressed that he kept his cards close to his chest. You know, a little aside for Naomi. But this is it here. My contention with them pulling the security details for both prime ministers is that it reeks of pettiness. And even the pension for Stuart Young, even though he served a very short time, even the pension. Now, was the man prime minister? Yes, he was prime minister. Whether it's for day or hour. And if that is the pension for a prime minister, a past prime minister in Trinidad and Tobago, it is what it is. Right? It is what it is. But they believe that he's Gwyneth, Jacqueline, he's undeserving. So they've stripped him of this big pension, and they've stripped him. Imagine they changed the law, you know, just to strip Stuart Young of his pension. And now the security detail. Well, anything happened to these men, it's on the UNC. I think they're going too far. Focus on the people, not on your political opponents. Anything happens to these men, you pull the security detail. All right, be careful. You see, that is the thing about setting precedent, you know. That is the thing about setting precedent. And that is why locally, this whole issue about the Guyana Cricket Board endorsing Ali, that's pretty much what the coalition, the APNU coalition has said. Be careful the precedent you're setting. Be careful. Yeah. It might seem as though the PVP is strong. Just like the UNC think that they're strong. Right? Then commit sudden destruction. Be careful. Right? One of the reasons why businesses and corporations don't do that thing is that they serve at the behest of the government of the day. You got to work with whoever in. In or out, you got to turn your profit. In or whoever in, what? When Abdul goes in on the 2nd of September, the cricket club and closed down. You say, oh God, man, we look how we did attack these people and so on, man. Right? And now you are going fair that somebody gonna retaliate. It's their mind working on you, you know. Your own conscience judging you. Your own conscience. Especially when you have the cricket fraternity and all of the rules and regulations says they should stay out of politics. You doubling down now. Oh, yeah, I'll vex me, endorse him, endorse again. He's been good to cricket. Oh, they've given cricket a lot of money. And that's because we've had a lot of money as income for our country. Nobody would sit down on a largesse and say, I ain't helping out young people, I ain't helping out sports, I ain't helping out health. Come on now. Let's be fair. And what struck me in the Guyana Cricket Board doubling down on its endorsement is saying we're apolitical. We're apolitical. But this government has been good to health. They've been good to the sciences. They've been good to spacewalking. But we're apolitical. Airports are fantastically low, but we're able. Be big. We big, folks. We big and we got sense. Big and we got sense. You know, I see Kit Nascimento is now spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Kit, I think, is 93, 94. Doesn't he work for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, as far as I know? At least that he's not on the fix. He's not on the fix. You see? And now he's saying that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Public Relations Committee has been countering Venezuelan propaganda on the border controversy or controversy. Nascimento. 9 or something. Oh, we got nobody here. Sharon or nobody, PR, could help us with this thing. How young people can get up, be promoted? And people like Jack, you don't want to move out of the way. So that's one of the things we're watching, folks. This morning, as we're watching you and watching the 9 o'clock hour in front of us. So that's one thing we're watching. But look, story now. The talk of the morning already is how BJ Fling, the Guyana police force, under the bus. Dash them away like nothing. You know, pitch them away like nothing. He's saying, the reporting we saw, this incompetent police force blaming them for everything, all and sundry. You know, as my friend Christopher Jones would say, blaming them for all and sundry. But this is the nature of the beast. Israel Young was their problem. The boys in Linden, the boys brutally murdered in Cotton Tree, Harry Singh, Quinton Bacchus, or in Boston. This incompetent Guyana police force that have no AFC left. That's what they say. Believe it or not, that is what they say. It's the incompetent Guyana police force that they left us. That is distancing. That's what the fella's doing. You see, he doesn't have the gumption for anything else. So he's taking the easy way out. All right, the easy way out. And instead of fixing the Guyana police force, you know what I got time with? Friends, family, and favorites. I saw an exchange on Facebook last evening, I think it was, with the sheriff group. You know, we really got some powerhouses in this country. I can be sorry for them when government changes on September 2nd. I can be so sorry for them. Because of how they're operating. Friends, family, and favorite. Because you got... This fellow wants to be popular so bad. He wants the people to acknowledge he's a billionaire businessman. I feel he's just jealous of Azrudin, you know. The sheriff guy, jealous of Azrudin. You see him in operation, he's such a weak fool. But these are the people the government spends a lot of time protecting. Right? And these are the people who got the Guyana police force captured. Can't function correctly. You know. And listen to former Assistant Commissioner of Police Paul Slow on the very matter of this sheriff security guy. Gumption and the nerve. Take a listen.
Retired Assistant Police Commissioner Paul Slow says that there is danger in collecting donations from sections of the society. At issue was the arrest and detention of 3 residents of a gated community. One of those arrested detailed that he lived in the Richmondville community. He said that head of the sheriff's security responded against 2 members of the homeowners association.
So frightening was the intimidation, the 2 residents, Mr. and Mrs. Chunilal, sought refuge inside my property in the community. So upon hearing the commotion, I came outside to see what was happening. After conversation with the bully, he then proceeded to pull out his phone to video me and to accuse me of verbally abusing him.
The man said that they were requested to report to the Providence police station.
The bully made his allegation, left in a few minutes, and the 3 of us were told by the police that they were given instructions to lock us up.
The police were accused of refusing to investigate the situation, merely acting on the allegations of a favored person.
Appeared that without any investigation, the police, all these people, lock up these 2 men. The wife was lucky she was left to sit on the bench outside. Lock them up. And when the attorney intervened, then they were released. Look, if you have a gunman, he turn up there, look. This is the same person, Amir Ahmad, and this is one is security man armed with an assault rifle.
Slow said that this was the same person who contributed $8.5 million toward the wedding of a now dismissed senior police officer.
So he bought immunity. And this is not only one, this is not a singular allegation against him. There are many other incidents reported against him. The man, Christopher Lee, I think is his name, used to work with him, reported that some money was lost, some money bag, and they tortured him. He alleged that the same Amir Ahmad caused him to strip, showed him porn, trying to make him get an erection, took some spray it on his genitals. All them allegations make against this man.
He said that despite the allegations against Ahmad, nothing happens.
When you collect donations, you collect whatever is money or oaths and all them things from these people, that is what you can expect. They buy immunity. I'm not saying the same about Mr. Hines. I'm not saying the same, but I'm saying it's a dangerous practice to be accepting gifts, the police force. So when a man go up on the road and make a little hustle, you're going to kill him. The thing is set in motion from the top.
Immunity to act with impunity. That's what's happening. Just last evening, sheriff in confrontation with anti-security. This country like the wild, wild west. And I saw some folks commenting that he is the weapon formed against the election of Irfan Ali. He wants to be like a mover. He wants to be. You claim billions of dollars. And they're telling everybody, I's a billionaire, you know. I's a billionaire. I've never seen people with real money operate like that. Right? I just opened this business here, no. I just opened this thing here. And look, we do the hospital over, sir. I never see people with real money operate like that. But he so wants to eclipse Ashuddin Muhammad. He goes to all these lengths and he keeps shooting himself in the foot all the time. All the time. These are the people that instead of protecting the Ghana police force, they're shielded. They corrupt the Ghana police force. Corrupted. And of course, this is just last evening. This recent episode took place. If we had law and order in this country, every man, regardless of status, would have the day in court. But not these guys. As my law lecturer used to say, Duke Pollard, not these cats. They ain't got time with that. And then, another issue we're watching at, not just this police force being thrown under the bus, as significant as it is, because them guys don't want you tied, don't want their re-election to be tied to the performance of the Ghana police force. Right? Because y'all wouldn't vote for them. You know? So their performance is not tied to the Ghana police force, it's performance alone. Right? But I saw a bit of reporting out there in which Jagdi was telling supporters Basically, as he told the people of Monrepo in 2015, totally complacent. You know, it's a far cry from this celebratory landslide victory statement by Jagdio a couple of weeks ago. Far from that celebratory predisposition. They've now become more cautious. They've now become more cautious. They tame. Right? They tame down. And according to this report that we've seen, they're now talking about a number of issues here as people are shifting loyalties. And that is shifting loyalties. There we have it was in the APNU PNCR camp. But this is in the PVP stronghold. And last year during our broadcast, we spoke about what transpired at on the quarantine for the last 24, if not 48 hours. Right? How the guys have been pushing. Right? We spoke to you about those issues. And now, and this is pushing on the quarantine, advancing the campaign on the quarantine. And now we see this very, this unease, folks. This election gonna be one for the books. One for the books. Now, as we said before, them boys don't want no minority government. We got to talk to APNU to advance the program. They're looking for win, but it is boiled down to low grade, you know, from landslide. We got this. We got this. Y'all even need to go out and vote. We got this. It has moved from that. It has moved from all of that. And now they got different talk. They got different language. Mind you, our back channels seem to suggest, right, that the PP is not aiming to win this outright. They know they can't. They would like to by some big numbers, but based on what's happening in the political theater that is Guyana, they're not going to get those numbers. And so one of the phrases we're hearing about, is death by 1,000 cuts. Maxine, Karen, Marlin, Naomi, deaths by 1,000 cuts. That was coming to the PPP. Death by 1,000 cuts. Here me one single knockout putt. You know how? He give me one single knockout putt. But we're told that the PP looking at a number of things. Right? They're worried about rumors circulating on social media. So they could turn up the social media power any day now. Fringe party insurgents, internal disillusionment in the PPP. Just a couple of things that occupying, dancing around in their head every day, giving them sleepless nights. And also they're thinking about a more fragmented political landscape, a more fragmented, what do you call it, electorate. A more fragmented electorate. All of these things bearing down on the PPP. That's why this recent report that we saw, Jagdu telling supporters, they're going to win. But he said, y'all gotta be careful. Watch us within. You know, watch Norton, watch. Win where? let me say it. Win where? Win what? Win what? And as a result of where they are, a lot of unforced errors with the PP. A lot of unforced errors. And that's why you're hearing about whether they can take out Phillips and put in Bishop. What is it they're concerned? And look, you're going to see a man pretending to be upbeat this afternoon on the Corner Shop show at 2. He's going to come in and, try to extol all these virtues of what his government is doing and so on. Right? He can talk a little bit about how their whistle stops are so successful, and they went to here and went to there and went to Barcara and, went into Barcara with about 15 boats and so on for photo ops. Right? Then he go whale into Asudin a little bit, whale into Norton a little bit. But all of that, folks, is part of masking the worry that's in the camp of the PPP right now. Worry. A lot of worry. Right? Stan Bourne said he can't win, pass win. I quote his Stan. Stan. He can't win. Stan said pass win. You lash a man's a little bit, lash whoever else. But of course, that's not going to be the focus. Win going to be the focus. I don't know if anybody bad with Nigel these days, so I don't know where the AFC there. I don't know where they are at all. So look, we're going to follow up on that later on, this Corner Shop show mentality. But again, the signs are there if you know what to look for, of worry setting in. Internal polls suggesting they're somewhere between 42 and 35% where they want to be. They got to get to 51% nationally to claim any kind of victory. What they fear a lot is a hung parliament. They fear that a lot. Now, you can't aim for that. I know where you're going to follow. You can't aim for that. So you're watching it, folks. And then, besides you shifting around, we're hearing this talk now, or whether they can delay elections some more to give themselves some breathing room. They ain't pacing themselves well at all. So they need a little breathing room. Happy to see 1,500 of you on the live this morning. We must be doing something good. Happy to see all y'all on the live. But we don't want to stay long because we got to run off to get some other things done. We're in that campaign season, right? We're in that campaign season. And we're going to talk to you about some of what, for instance, but you can use this for your own reading. GKH Lal, influencer, thought leader, GKH Lal. In an opinion piece today, it says that Ali dodges. The more he dodges, the more he disintegrates. Same story. The more he dodging, disintegrating all at once. And then there's this other story. First Lady opened up a play area in Melanie Damshana yesterday. Herself and some other senior PP officials were there. Now, this is in James' backyard. Might even get a mention. That's what I'm told. They didn't even get a mention. I must admit, I don't keep track of James. I'm busy. We're busy on this side, folks. Don't keep track too much. But the folks said, was not even mentioned once. In your own backyard, like he wasn't even there. See, when you front up yourself. And then we learned the Carter came, I think on Friday, was it? Or Monday. The Carter Center election observers. And I'm happy in the sense that they're here early. They get to see confusion powder in action. Right? They get to see him in action. And then they can tell you whether they think any large majority in this country would vote for Irfan. They'll have to tell you that. But folks, so this morning, as we on the 9 o'clock hours, we rush off to other engagements, folks, for your benefit, to ensure that we get the valid and credible information for you, folks. Thanks for joining us this morning. Let us leave it there. Naomi and Beatrice and Forbes and Annette, June, and all the other folks. Suffer it to be so. We'll see you guys in the next broadcast. Suffer it to be so. Please and thank you. Tommy and Frank and Siobhan, Althea. Good to have all of you on the live this morning. We will see you guys in the next broadcast. Thanks for joining us. We will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe. Please and thanks. Take care of your mental health and come off the sugar. Stay safe. We'll see you guys in the
time to remove the
Guyana. This is it, the launch of the APNU Coalition campaign on Sunday, July 6th on the Square of the Revolution from 4 p.m. Come meet our candidates. Come out and hear about our people-centered development strategy that puts people first. Come hear from our Prime Ministerial candidate, Jurita Fernandez, our presidential candidate, Aubrey C. Norton, and others. On Sunday, July 6th from 4 p.m., the Square of the Revolution will vibrate with a people-powered campaign. APNU, putting people first.
We ready, time to remove the curse. I'm feeling it now.